You know that person you keep holding on to? The one who swears they love you, but deep down, you're the only one really bleeding for this love? You keep forgiving, keep giving, while your heart feels emptier every time. You tell yourself, maybe they'll change. Maybe this time it'll be different. But it never is. It always ends the same. You broken, you crying into your pillow, you praying but with a heaviness in your chest that just won't lift. That's not love. That's a warning. And sometimes Allah shows you the signs clear as day. But we ignore them because we're scared of being alone. Allah already told us, on that day, the wrongdoer will bite his hands, saying, I wish I had never taken that person as a close friend. So let's talk real. I'm about to give you 5 signs Allah is warning you to block and avoid that person. Because if you don't, it won't just end in heartbreak. It could drag your soul away from Allah. And wallahi, real love never pulls you away from Allah. Sign number 1, the two-faced bestie. It doesn't show up as drama. It shows up as delays. With you, the words are warm and serious. I want what's halal. You're the one I make istikhara for. But the moment you say, okay, speak to my wali, let's involve parents, let's set a clean path, the reasons start stacking. Work is unstable, exams are near, family is strict, after this project, after my cousin's wedding. Months pass, the warmth stays, the steps don't. Notice how they manage reputation. In private messages, they're tender and protective. When real people are involved, your older brother, your auntie, even a trusted family friend, they want everything low-key, not modest, hidden. Let's keep it between us for now. People will ruin it. Yet the same week, they'll comment freely under someone else's photos, or be loud about connections that cost them nothing. With you, everything must be deniable. Watch how they talk in different rooms. On call at night, you're my future. In the study group, she's just a classmate. At a cousin's mehndi, they pass by like you're strangers. Later, they send a paragraph about, you know our situation. When you finally ask for simple clarity, are you ready to send elders or not? The script flips. You don't trust me. Why rush? Why make it complicated? Somehow you're apologizing for asking for the very thing they promised. This is what two-faced looks like in our reality. Private attachment, public distance, big talk, small action, religion in the captions, convenience in the decisions. The Prophet ﷺ called the double-faced the worst of people on the Day of Judgment. If that's how Allah labels it, don't rebrand it as true love that needs time. Real intention is simple. It respects you in daylight. It can sit with your family without rehearsed excuses. It chooses a date, a plan, elders, a timeline, even if it's modest and step by step. If someone keeps you in a holding pattern, just close enough to keep hope alive, just far enough to keep accountability away, take the hint Allah is showing you. Believe patterns over paragraphs. You don't need a fight. You need clarity. If you're serious, ask for me properly. If not, let's stop before this turns into sin and scars. If they step forward, alhamdulillah. If they fade, you didn't lose a future. You escaped a loop. Sign number 2, they take advantage of your good heart. It never starts with something obviously wrong. It starts with, can you help just this once? A small transfer between classes. Covering their shift because my family needs me. Writing their email because you're better with words. You step out on your lunch break to sort a bill that isn't yours. You queue at the office to fix a form they should have filed. You voice note advice while your own tea goes cold. When the smoke clears, they're suddenly busy. No check-in. No, how did your day go? Quiet, until the next rush lands in your inbox. They know you're soft, so the asks get closer to your limits. Please explain to your parents just this time. Tell them we're studying together. I can't talk in front of anyone. Just message me. You don't like how it feels, but you don't want to seem harsh. You tell yourself it's kindness. Then the knot in your stomach shows up at Maghrib and won't leave. Try one gentle boundary and watch the weather change. You say, I can't do that. First comes the guilt. After everything I've shared with you, then the chill, seen but not replied. Then the sudden warmth. You're the only one who understands me. The cycle doesn't end because it works. Not for your heart, for their convenience. Islam loves generosity, but it does not ask you to erase yourself. Oppression can be loud, and it can be quiet. The kind where you keep saying yes, while your Iman keeps saying no. The Prophet ﷺ said the believer is not stung from the same hole twice. You're allowed to learn the hole and cover it. Keep your help within halal, clear, healthy lines. If a matter is serious, let it face the light. Speak where family can hear. Set a clean process. Invite the right people in. If they resist clarity and only accept favors done in the shadows, your softness is being used, not cherished. Here's the real slope. This is the trap where just helping slides into secret chats, private jokes, late-night voice notes, and little lies to keep it hidden. It feels harmless, just talking, just checking in, just being there. But each just opens a small door. And small doors, left open, lead to places we never planned to go. Our Deen doesn't say that to kill love. It says it to keep love clean. Don't build something you hope will be beautiful on shadows and secrecy. If it starts haram, it trains your heart to accept what Allah already warned us to stay far from. I know in today's world, a boyfriend-girlfriend chat can feel normal, even innocent. But when the foundation is private favors, hidden messages, and chemistry that needs darkness to breathe, you're not building a future. You're rehearsing for heartbreak. If it's real, bring it into the light. Respect, families, clarity, a timeline that honors Allah. If they shrink from that light, don't let them grow in your shade. Breathe. You don't need a fight. You need a line. Fewer instant rescues. Honest, modest boundaries. I can't do that, but I pray Allah opens a better door for you. If the affection disappears when the favors stop, you didn't lose love. You discovered the truth, and that truth will guard you for what comes next. The person who makes you measure life by cars, followers, and paychecks until Jannat feels far and Dunya feels like oxygen. Sign 3, the Dunya-obsessed companion. Nowadays, you see it everywhere. People don't ask first about your deen, your character, your adab. They ask, so what do you do? How much do you make? For many, your worth begins and ends with your bank balance. If you have it, suddenly they admire you, respect you, even claim to love you. If you don't, you'll find doors closing, even family looking at you differently. But is this really the standard Allah set for us? No. Risk comes and goes. Today you may have plenty. Tomorrow it may shrink. And the next day, Allah may open it again. That's His wisdom. But character, sabr, honesty, loyalty, taqwa, these are the treasures that outlast wealth. The Prophet ﷺ said he was sent to perfect character, not bank accounts. Yet today, many people choose their love by the number on a payslip. The danger? If someone's heart is tied only to dunya, Your relationship will always feel like a test you can't pass. One month you're enough. The next month you're falling behind. You'll find yourself chasing jobs, cars, likes, and titles just to stay worthy in their eyes. And slowly, prayer feels like a distraction. Family feels like an obstacle. Allah feels far. Ask yourself, if money were stripped away tomorrow, would they still stand with you? Or would their love vanish with the status? Real love in Islam is built on deen and character, because these last. Dunya is like waves. If your relationship is floating only on that surface, every storm will sink you. Allah reminds us, the wealth and children are but adornment of this worldly life. But the enduring good deeds are better to your Lord for reward and better for one's hope. That's the measure. That's the real wealth. So if you notice that being with someone makes you measure your worth only by dunya, by bank balance, by job title, by car brand, be careful, because that's not love. That's a transaction dressed up as romance. And when dunya moves on, so will they. Sign 4, they twist your heart with guilt. It starts small. You say, I can't talk right now, I need to pray. Silence. Then a cold reply hours later. Wow, I guess I don't matter. Or you draw a line. I can't go there. It doesn't feel halal. Suddenly they're sad, withdrawn, accusing. You've changed. You don't care like before. And now your nights aren't filled with dua, but with endless rehearsals of what you should have said. You're not protecting your deen. You're managing their moods. This isn't softness. This isn't love. It's control. And the currency they use isn't kindness. It's guilt. Our Prophet ﷺ said, the strong believer is better and more beloved to Allah than the weak believer, though there is good in both. Strength here isn't about muscles, it's about heart. A heart strong enough to know when love is real and when it's being hijacked. Here's the truth. If someone constantly makes you feel guilty for obeying Allah, for setting halal limits, for protecting your dignity, they're not guiding you, they're gripping you. Real love celebrates your obedience, not competes with it. Real love doesn't shrink when you draw a line. It respects the line because Allah drew it first. And if every no you give feels like the end of the world for them, then maybe what they loved was never you. It was the control they had over you. So breathe. You don't need to fight. You don't need to beg. You just need to step back and ask, does this person make my heart lighter for Allah or heavier with guilt? Because Allah will never send you someone who makes you feel like worship is a burden. Sign 5, they pull you away from family. At first it feels sweet. I just want you all to myself. They complain that your siblings don't get us. They roll their eyes when your parents call. They sigh if you mention a cousin who checks in. Slowly, they paint it like it's you and them against the world. And little by little, you start hiding things, keeping your phone face down at dinner, making excuses for why you can't stay long with family. But here's the truth. Love that makes you shrink from your own people isn't love, it's control. In Islam, family ties aren't optional, they're sacred. The Prophet ﷺ warned us that whoever cuts off kinship, Allah cuts them off. So imagine what it means when someone tries to make you loosen that rope, to trade your family's dua for their fragile affection. It doesn't always sound harsh. Sometimes it's soft. Your mom doesn't understand us. Your dad is too strict. Don't tell anyone, they'll just judge. But step back. Why should something pure need to live in secrecy? Why does someone who claims to care for you want you to hide the relationship from the very people Allah honored to protect you? This is the trap. When they isolate you, they weaken you. Because once you're cut off from the eyes and du'as of your family, they can rewrite what's normal. They decide what's halal enough, what's love enough, what's private enough, until you no longer remember what healthy love looks like. A partner who's serious will do the opposite. They'll want to meet your family, win their respect, and walk the straight path with you in the open. If someone loves you but fears your father's salam more than Allah's command, that isn't love, it's a warning. So guard your ties. Don't confuse secrecy with intimacy. The one who truly wants you will never make you lose the people who raised you. If their love requires you to lie, sneak, or cut off your roots, it's not Allah's gift. It's a test you're meant to walk away from. You don't need another list. You needed a mirror. If your chest felt heavy at any point, take that as mercy, not embarrassment. Allah doesn't humiliate you with warnings. He protects you with them. The point isn't to hate anyone. The point is to stop letting people sit where only Allah belongs, on the steering wheel of your heart. Here's what today should change. Stop romanticizing red flags. Unease is a sign. Secrets are a sign. Worship that keeps getting postponed is a sign. Love isn't proved in the dark. It holds your hand in the light. Before Allah, with your family, with dignity intact. What is written for you won't require you to break yourself to keep it. Choose one small obedience today that costs you something. End a chat that shouldn't exist. Move a conversation into the open. Set a boundary you've been scared to set. Pray the next salah on time, even if your phone buzzes. You don't have to fix everything tonight. You just have to turn toward the one who never turns away. The Prophet ﷺ taught us, whoever leaves something for Allah, Allah replaces it with something better. Better peace, better love, better you. Make this your quiet dua. Ya Allah, protect me from bad choices. If that's your heart right now, write it softly in the comments so someone can say Amin for you. Until then, guard your heart like an amana, because to Allah it is. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.